Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we are going to be talking about the Jordan 1 Bred Toe. Now, this is a shoe that I am extremely excited about, so in today's video, we will be talking about some release info, how to cop them, some resale predictions for those of you who do care about reselling them, because personally, guys, I need to keep these shoes in my collection, and I've been saying that for a lot of the shoes coming out in February, so my wallet's going to be hurting, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. And of course, we will also go over some details of the shoe. So to start it off, let's go over some basic release info. Let's get the fundamentals out of the way. So first of all, they will be releasing on February 24th of 2018 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time at most locations as well as on most websites. The retail price for these will be $160 US. Now these will be available worldwide, so I hear. Now obviously this can all change, but I have heard that this is going to be a pretty wide release. Now they are an OG Jordan 1, so obviously they're not going to be a GR. The stock isn't going to be extremely high, however, they aren't going to be too limited. And if you're wondering where can you buy them, obviously, like always, you can get them off the sneakers app and website. We'll talk about that a little later. And of course, some Nike retailers, and I'll talk to you about how to find which Nike retailers are going to be actually having them, because when you look at all these sources, they always say Nike.com and Nike retailers, but what does that actually tell you, right? Like, who cares? Nike retailers? Okay, I'm going to actually be telling you how to figure out which Nike retailers are getting them. So right now, let's get into the how to cop portion of the video, because that's what all you guys care about, right? Whether you're reselling them or keeping them, you just want to get them. So my number one way to getting these, it's obviously through the sneakers app and through the sneakers website. And now I do know a jig for this. It is the multiple people jig. If you don't know how to do the multiple people jig, check out any of these videos. But to be honest, I don't feel like having to keep referencing it. So I will eventually make a video basically summing everything up, basically explaining how to do the multiple people jig, or just in general, how to get any sneaker ever on the sneakers app / website. But you have to keep in mind, you don't actually need to use the multiple people jig. You can actually simply just use a bunch of different computers. It's completely up to you, but I understand. A lot of you guys only have 1 or 2 computers, and if that's the case, you are going to have to use the multiple people jig. So moving on, we got the sneakers app and website out of the way. That's obviously my number one way for getting these, using the people jig or multiple devices. The whole key is multiple accounts. But I also wanted to go over how to cop from Nike retailers, obviously. So this will be a decently wide release, like I stated previously. So I do believe that there will be tons of online releases. Some quick strike stores will be getting these. In addition to that, I'm sure raffles will be getting them too. For instance, Foot Locker Champs and Foot Action, I'm 99% sure that they'll be having raffles via their apps. And not only the apps, but they will also have in-store raffles in only select locations. And the way you can find out if your specific Foot Locker Champs or Foot Action is going to be doing in-store raffles along with the app, all you really have to do is just go to the mall near you or even just call them up. But let's talk about other stores. For instance, like Kicks USA or any other sneaker store that has gotten Jordans and Nikes in the past. How do you exactly know which ones are going to be getting them? So the first way to know, and this is the most reliable way, is soullinks.com, and I'm always referencing Soullinks because it's honestly one of my favorite sneaker websites. They have such reliable information, and what they do is they list every single raffle along with every single online release with the times in Eastern Time and Pacific Time. You could do the conversion for whatever your country is or whatever your zone is, but they will post all the raffles there. They'll post all the stores there, and all you got to do is check them out right before the release or like 4 or 5 days before the release. Obviously right now they don't have anything up there because they don't have enough information, but as we get closer to the release, they will have everything. And in addition to Soullinks, there is another way you can try. For instance, say you can't find anything on Soullinks and you're saying, shoot, man, there's no locations near me. I'm in a country where they can't ship to me, even though I'm pretty sure there are some retailers that do ship worldwide. But speaking hypothetically, let's say you can't get it shipped to you. What you can do is look for quick strike retailers in your location. And to do this, all you have to do is go to NikeTier0.com, and you can basically type in either your state, You could even type in your country or your city. Say you only want to drive a couple of miles. If you want to stay within like 30 minutes of driving distance, or say you have to take the bus, what I would do is search up your city on NikeTierZero.com. But if you're willing to take an hour drive, if you're willing to take a 2-hour drive perhaps, because they're not even close to your location, type in your state instead of your city. And if you're really trying to go all out because you really like this pair of shoes and you don't know any place that can ship to you, type in your country, guys. That might be what you have to do. This is how you're going to be able to cop them. This is how you're, like, where you're going to be able to cop them. This is all the information I have. And obviously, as we get closer to the release, I will keep you 100% updated. So feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're new. But let's move on to the resale predictions, because I know a lot of you guys care about them. Like I said previously, I'm not going to resell this shoe unless I get 2-3 pairs maybe. Then I'll resell the other 2 and I'll use that money towards other releases in February, because like I said, my wallet's going to be killing me. But I understand not everyone likes Jordan 1s. A lot of people do, but people have different opinions. Some of you guys just simply might not like the shoe, but I would say you do need to take advantage of this opportunity, because I am going to say that I would say it's not guaranteed profit. Profit is never 100% guaranteed. But I will say you are very, very close to guaranteed profit. And that's because the retail is only $160. And of course, this is an OG Jordan. By that, I mean it has the Nike Air on it. I don't mean it's an OG colorway, because it's not. Now, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, I don't think resale is going to be super, super high. In fact, I think it's going to be pretty low, at least at first. Because if you look for pre-orders right now, pre-orders are ranging from anywhere from a low being like $250. Maybe you found an even better deal. $250 plus shipping all the way to like $300. But I do think that obviously the price will drop after the release, like actual resale prices. If you ask me, I think they'll be around what the royal blue ones were right after they released. Not what they are now, because right now the royal blue ones they're a lot higher. But before, I would say the Bred Toe ones right after the release, they could be anywhere from just around $200, I would say. It could be a little lower and it could be a little higher. Now, I would still say with a low retail price of $160, I do think you're almost guaranteed profit. So get as many pairs as possible, obviously. And if you are nervous, because I understand some of you guys have doubts, what you can do is just simply order only off of the sneakers app or website, because you do get free returns there. They do pay for your shipping. So technically, there is no risk at all. And I do believe that Foot Action actually does accept returns occasionally if you return within like 5 days or 6 days and you don't wear them, something like that. So basically, there is no risk if you go with these options. But I'm just going to simply tell you, I do think you will profit from getting these shoes. So if you have an opportunity, obviously get as many as possible. And you can use that money to buy other shoes that are releasing in February, because there are a ton of shoes releasing in February. Now, this is the end of February, but you got those human races coming up, and you could just put it towards your credit card debt. Simple as that. And if you're asking me what you should do with your pairs after you get them, so I'm not 100% sure if these will go up, but I'm pretty confident that they will, just because Jordan 1s, at least with the Nike Air on them, they do tend to hold their value. Now, I am aware this isn't an OG colorway. It's not like the royal blue ones. People might say they only went up because they were an OG colorway. However, I would still say they are an OG Jordan, so I do think they will hold their value. And if not hold their value, I do think they will go up. So it's up to you if you want to sell right away, or if you want to hold them. If I happen to get 2 or 3 pairs, I'm definitely wearing one, but I'll probably hold the other for at least a couple of months just to make an extra $30-$40 or so, because honestly, I don't mind waiting that amount of time. Now let's talk about some detailing of the shoe. Why don't we just take a closer look at them? So as I was looking at pictures before I actually saw any reviews of them, I saw that the leather was really, really tumbled, and you can't really use tumbled leather as an indicator to know if the quality is going to be good. Sometimes they just stamp it like that, but we do know that this leather is going to be insane. At least that's what I've heard from Scoop 208. And essentially, what I found really interesting about his video was he was comparing them to the shattered backboard ones. And obviously, you guys know it's a very cliche comparison to say the quality is not up to par with the shattered backboard ones. Like, you guys always hear that. The shattered backboard one quality is just, it's spectacular. But what Scoop said is that these shoes actually have better quality than the shattered backboard ones, and that is insane. Now, obviously, I can't say for sure if this is true because I don't have the shoes in my hand. I don't even have the shattered backboards, unfortunately. But regardless, I'm still going to be trying to get a pair because we do know that the quality is going to be amazing. And of course, like I said earlier, it is an OG colorway, so it will have the wings on it, and it will have the Nike Air that we all love. And essentially, this will be just like the Black Toe one. The only difference is the red toe box, and the middle where the white is, it's just a closer to cream color rather than like a pearl white colorway, which the Black Toes were close to. So that'll wrap it up. I hope you guys get lucky copying this pair of shoes. Like I said, I'll keep you updated along the way. So feel free to subscribe. Feel free to leave a like. Whatever floats your boat. And have a fantastic day.